Cooking, the nation's food, wine, restaurant, and travel program. I'm Michael Horn along with Paul Stern. Joining us, ladies and gentlemen, our buddy, the communications director for the Napa Vintners Association, Mr. Terry Hall. Welcome, Terry.
Good morning.
Hey, good to have you with us, Terry. How's everything going? We thought we'd get you back when maybe you've had a couple of nights sleep under your belt here after the huge 2010 auction Napa Valley. What a successful event, raising over $8.5 million. Congratulations to you.
Thank you. Yeah, we had a great time. We had as much fun, I think, as the bidders, and hopefully along the way, everybody had a great time. We certainly did. I think the money raised was great. We'll celebrate on October 7th when we actually hand out all that money to the grants for the nonprofits in the community. So,
what's it like for you guys that organize? I know you got the committees and everybody takes charge, and you got volunteers. But this was the 30th annual event here. I mean, you've been doing this for 30 years. Is there still a little nervous queasiness, that anticipation of hoping everything goes well and making sure everything is set up right? What do you guys go through setting this thing up?
Well, every year we tweak it a little bit so that we keep it fresh. I mean, to keep something going for 30 years that people want to come back to takes a little doing. So we have steering committees who bring a lot of creativity. We have a download we create. In fact, this week, post-auction, what we do is we create a whole what worked and then even better if. And that will wind up being probably, a 100-page document that we'll look at every little bit and see, well, what if this thing worked really well for one segment, a portion of how we do the barrel auction or how we did the online auction or what have you, what happened on Saturday at the live auction. But what things could be a little better, and what did the bidders tell us? What did the media guests tell us? And so all of that we take and take a fine-tooth comb to the whole process, and then make sure that we can step up next year and do it all again, and with some refinements that people will find interesting and exciting to want to come back and spend time with us.
What did you find that everybody said that they really liked, that they thought worked really well?
They really liked going back to the daytime event on Saturday for the live auction. It has been 5 years that we've been doing auction over dinner at Meadowood, and the Meadowood Napa Valley estate property is just a beautiful resort. As you know, it's just an incredible piece of Napa Valley, and you just are lost in looking at the woods and the fairways and the beautiful hotel buildings, and it's just beautiful. So if it's a daytime event, you get to spend more time just really enjoying the natural and scenic beauty of the Napa Valley. And I think people really enjoyed that. The open tent, you just looked out. It was just a beautiful day. And so, and that's more Napa Valley. It's a little more Napa Valley than...
Much more comfortable. I thought you did an excellent job this year. It was great. The Friday event, which is the Taste Napa Valley, is always so great with all the wine purveyors pouring their wine and all the chefs out there. And at first, when I was this year, I thought, wait a second, I didn't see Thomas Keller. Wait a second, I didn't see so-and-so. And then on that Saturday event, that's where it was kind of dividing up some of the incredible chefs that you have there. You have so many great chefs and great restaurants in Napa Valley proper that all of a sudden those chefs that you thought, well, man, I didn't see them this year, they were at that Saturday luncheon thing handing out stuff. So I think it all worked out really, really well.
Yeah, I thought so too. And, Thomas out there with his infamous coronets. It's very funny that he uses that term. It sounds like an old junior league recipe or something. But his food is always phenomenal. And the other chefs who were out there, from the CIA and Auberge du Soleil, plus our guests from out of town. So we had several who joined us from across the country.
A lot more out-of-town participation this year. I thought that was kind of fun as well.
Again, we try to mix it up. Some years it's all Napa Valley chefs. Some years it's chefs that we work with, because as you know, we travel around the country. We came back just a couple of months ago from spending a week in Southern California, where we worked with we had 130 wineries with us in a market visit, and we did events all over town. And so the chefs that we work with down in Southern California, last fall we were in Chicago. We work with some of those chefs back there. Every other year in the winter we go to New York with probably 130 or more wineries in tow, and we work with chefs in New York. And so to bring some of those folks who we've done things with around the country here to Napa Valley every once in a while is a really great way to just celebrate our relationships.
And Terry, I got to kind of speak for, I'm sure I can speak for Mike as well, that we got to kind of thank you for, we pretty much thought that in the years of covering the event we have pretty much seen it all, but putting us at an Opus 1 wine dinner, and I think that pretty much blew the lid off what was, I guess, the expectation for what it was, to think that I was expecting to see probably the most buttoned-down group of individuals, that being hardly the case. This was some of the most relaxed people, full of the craftsmanship that you would expect from one of the finest producers of wine to be found. And what an experience that was. Mike, your thoughts on that?
Oh, well, Napa Vintners are known for throwing a party, and Opus One certainly is at the top of the heap there. And just when you walked into that room, the table setting, I thought that was just beautiful. I saw it from the very beginning. I didn't see when you all got to come and have fun, and I missed you in your tuxedos.
Yeah, you did. You should have brought your camera. It was quite a photo op.
I think there are pictures to be found as well.
Yeah, did you guys tell me about your dress? Did you actually put on the tie and do the whole jacket thing?
Yeah, the jacket and the tie. Yes, we did.
We were dressed in black.
But we were dressed in black, and you know, it's the Napa casual, and that was the whole festive motion that I think everybody loved this year. But
yeah,
that was maybe the one really high, fancy black tie type dinner. But as Paul's saying, the camaraderie was still there. That's what's nice about Napa. It's just fun. I mean, it's just great. It's not stuffy at all. It's always great fun, and you get the people involved. These dinners, these individual dinners, are also a delight. I think because you only have 20 to 30 people at them, they made them very special this year.
Yeah, absolutely. And your party was like many of them, where there were guests from around the world.
Yes.
I mean, I think you had a group of folks at the dinner they were from Japan.
They had just gotten engaged, had come to Napa. I think one was an opera singer and the other was in television, and they had gotten engaged in Napa Valley and were going to get married.
Yeah.
And so we toasted them at the dinner, and I mean, that goes on, let alone someone that's just married, let alone somebody that comes up to spend a few days in the weekend. That's the fun of Napa Valley, and I think you really, really captured it this year. I think, you know, I don't think I can say much wrong with anything. I mean, even when it got warm on Saturday, we were in the sun went down quickly and it was shade, so I think you did an excellent job.
I orchestrated that weather myself,
start to finish. Do you actually go around to all the dinners and check the tables out everywhere at each one?
Yeah, how did that happen? I didn't see Terry at all.
I just, you know, I squeeze in as many as I can just to make sure that everybody's having fun and doing well, but I can't get to all of them. But
put a lot of miles on that moped of yours, don't you? Just so you can.
Exactly.
Mike and I got there pretty early too.
Say that again?
We got there pretty early too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Paul and I were there quite early to get the first sample. We're just kidding. We're not that bad. Thanks to Terry, one of the great guys, ladies and gentlemen, from Napa Valley, the communications director of the Napa Vintners Association. NapaVintners.com is the website. Check it out. Always something happening in Napa. It's Terry Hall.